Jay So For Real in the building. You know, me rocking with your girl, Freddie. You know, you rocking with the best right now. You already know.
My love. Sorry about that. I wish I could sing, but I can't. So. Then you want to sing for the audience real quick?
What you want to hear?
Ain't No Sunshine.
You want me to sing it like Bill Withers? Because I can't sing it like myself no more. It's more like, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not a warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away.
Good job. When did you discover that you knew how to sing?
Pretty early. I was around 4.
Who were your musical influences?
You know, Mike was out then. You know, he's on the top.
You guys want to be like the Jackson 5?
It wasn't that we wanted to be. We were definitely our own. That was just how we were marketed when we got on. But it was just the fact that we were all brothers and we were all so young that be part of the buzz of So For Real.
So where did the group name come from?
We all sat around and thought it up, including Heavy D.
So you guys wasn't going to go by like the 4 Dalrymples?
No, actually, before we came up with So For Real, we were Da Fizz. The D-A was a couple letters in our last name, and the Fizz was because we were all physically related.
Trying to sing the song, I'm like, Heavy D and Da Fizz.
No. Mm-hmm.
So how was the group formed, and whose idea was it?
Actually, my brother Chuck was pursuing his solo career early on in the game. We'd moved to Florida for maybe like a year or 2, and when we came back to New York, it was something we had been talking about while we was away because my brother didn't move with us to Florida. So when we got back, we just formed like Voltron, as we used to like to say. You know, just got it in like that. It was good, so we did it.
Prior to So For Real, did you ever think you was going to be famous?
I wouldn't say foreseeing fame. I knew I wanted to do something creative. Being that I got into it so early, it just kind of took over, you know, with the music.
Describe the first time you were discovered by Heavy D, or when somebody first discovered you for the label.
We weren't discovered by Heavy D. Actually discovered by Dave Turner, who was our manager. He brought us to a talent show that was being run by, I think, Heavy D. His brother brought us to Hev, you know what I'm saying? And from there, it was like, started to kind of fall into place. Hev brought us to Andre Harrell, which we got signed with Uptown MCA.
And MCA was a popular record label back then.
Yeah, you could say Uptown was like the bad boy of back in the days. Actually, that's where Puff got his start from, Andre Harrell.
Andre Harrell is like the throwback Puff Daddy as far as discovering a lot of these classic people now.
Yep, and he's still doing his thing.
Is he really?
Yeah, we know Robin Thicke because of Andre Harrell.
One day I'm going to have to meet him and thank him for bringing all these good R&B artists, because my personal opinion, whoever is bringing out these artists now, some of them,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So how did you become the lead singer of So For Real?
Singing my ass off, I guess. You know, I was young. I really never looked at it like that. I always felt like we were all capable of singing lead, which was kind of displayed on the first album.
How did you guys come up with Candy Rain, Every Little Thing I Do, and If You Want It?
Those songs weren't actually written by us. The idea for Candy Rain came from a song that my brother Chuck wrote. I think one line from a song that he had wrote had the words Candy Rain in it. Terry Robinson, who actually was the writer of that song.
I thought Candy Rain was kind of like a spin-off of Candy Girl, the New Edition song.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
So where were you the first time you heard your song on the radio?
If I'm not mistaken, I was at home. It was a wonderful feeling to hear that. I was feeling myself.
Think about it. You was 14, so I feel myself too. 14 years old, my song's on the radio, and since you're a guy, all these girls probably come up to you, oh my God, was that you on the radio? Can you please sing to me? I bet you it was easy getting girls back then.
Well, I was so young. Of course, I like girls, but I was kind of shy.
Jason, shy?
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe.
Shy. Well, that's not me anymore, you know. I done lived a few years out here. You know, I hopped off the porch.
What separated your music style from others during the 90s?
I think it was the fact that we were truly blood. Something about So For Real that touched people. Actually, to this day, I can't even put the words on it. You tell me what separated us, because from my eyes, I bleed like you bleed.
You guys sounded innocent, so you guys attracted the younger audience. The older audience could let their younger kids listen to it. It was very catchy. You were featured with Heavy D, so that helped too.
Yeah, I was about to say we could thank Hev and Terry for that, and Andre Harrell and Track Masters, everybody who put in on that album and made that shit hot.
Oh, I was saying, even with your other tracks, like Every Little Thing I Do and If You Want It, it was, like, real cool just to see it looking like the 70s.
That video wasn't supposed to just be looking like the 70s. There was a scene that was cut out of that video that no one ever saw. That was a 90s. I had supposed to have been on the way to a show. I think I was in the limo watching American Bandstand on the way. Fell asleep and dreamed about that. But it was never shown in the video. Kind of threw us back even further in time than we actually really was. People didn't understand, like, why is this 70s video? I know I didn't. I remember it was an issue, like, back then, like, what happened to the dream scene? But it was cool anyway. We got to play like we was the Jacksons and shit. That shit was fun.
So how did the second album differ from the first one?
That was the album we were supposed to get to write a little bit more, show a little bit more of what we do. When we got on, we were singing original songs that we had wrote and put our hearts into, so we wanted to get that out. We got to do it somewhat, but just not as much as we thought we should have.
How did the music industry treat you?
The music industry is not a warm place. If you're blind, you might feel like it's all good, but it's business. Like, we were there to make money. So For Real didn't make the money that they was making. The run was short. It could have been a lot better. I don't even really know what happened on the business side of things. That I can't really talk about. I don't know. It's hard to explain, really, actually. The realization of how cold it could be made me a little bit bitter at the time. Other than that, it was cool. I'm not mad. I still appreciate the Harrells and the Heavy D's and the Puffies for giving a nigga a chance. One of the best things that ever happened to us.
Will there be another Soul For Real reunion album?
Most definitely. I'm just working on my solo project right now, and you can look forward to the reunion album after I open certain doors for myself with this solo project.
How has music and singers changed from when you came out?
It's real weird now to me. Certain things I wouldn't play in my radio, but just different in a way that I really can't explain because it's just not me.
Since you've been in the industry, what advice do you have for people that are interested in becoming a singer or a rapper?
Well, nowadays people know. It's the day of the independent, and it's the day of saying you ain't jerking me no more. You can't pimp me, I'm going to pimp myself. That's my advice, and that's been my advice for years. Know what you're getting into. Surround yourself with good people. Go hard or go home. If you're going to quit, you're meant to quit, and you weren't meant to do this. You're going to go through something. It's going to be some type of struggle. God's just not going to let you do that. And if it does, it's going to be going like that. And you're going to have to build ground up. Do it until you learn your niche. Do it until you find yourself. You have a different personality, something unique. So it's that one thing about you, that niche thing that we was just talking about.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Do you still be getting hit up by fans?
Yeah, sometimes. People might be like, yo, you man familiar. Like some people might come up like, yo, let me get your autograph. Not as much as back in the days, but of course, yeah, it still happens from time to time.
What's next for you?
I'm going to build my own little planet.
Mm-hmm.
You say, like, taking me serious.
I'm trying to imagine the names that you'd create. We'll call it The Fizz.
No, it's not going to be The Fizz. But no, right now I'm working on my project. I got a few artists I'm going to put my time into doing this label. Of course, everybody and their mother have a label. That's not where it ends. I want to do a lot. I got a pocket full of dreams, like Alicia Keys said.
So I think I'm done with my questions, but I got a few people on the line that's been waiting to ask you questions, so I'm going to turn it over to the audience, okay?
Okay, bring it out.
How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, what's your name?
Jason, actually, too. What's up, Jason? My question is there a difference between how an R&B artist versus a rap artist as far as how they would enter the market today, if they're trying to do it from the ground up?
I don't think there would be too much of a difference on how to do it, except for the market that you're catering to. You know what I'm saying? That's basically the difference. With R&B music, you could probably cater to more women, depending on what your content is, children. With rap, actually the same, really, to me, if you think about it. So
okay, like
two different of a road that you're going to take with rap or singing.
Okay, cool. Because, like, what I was thinking is kind of like a mixtape for rap artists, and it's kind of a general way to move your material. So I was trying to see where you advise the same thing for R&B artists.
See, with this new wave of music, it's been being done for a while now with the singing and the rapping, like Lauryn Hill.
Right.
World, I could say. We're going to move to nowadays Drake, you know what I'm saying? And we got a whole ton of motherfuckers coming in with the singing and the rapping. So both ways with the mixtape.
Okay,
so it depends on, who you catering to.
Yes, so, man, that really answered my questions. I appreciate the opportunity, and I wish you both, you and Freddie, the best of luck. I know you guys are making some major moves, and I appreciate the opportunity again, bro.
I appreciate you calling in, man, and howling at the kid.
Appreciate it, Jason. I'm about to turn it over to another caller.
Yeah, what's going on, Freddie?
Hey, what up, what up?
Your boy, the Tycoon, man.
Hey, Jason, what's going on, man?
One of the things that I was looking and that I walked in and heard you say was you had a sort of a pocket full of dreams in terms of projects that you're trying to bring to fruition. And I wanted to kind of probe your mind a little bit and see what those projects would be. Are they more non-profit-based, man? Are they, it's crazy that you say that because, of course, I'm going to have music-related projects, certain artists I'm working with. But then I want to do things like you just said, things to help people within church and do non-profit organizations to help homeless people, victims, and like the shit that just happened in Tennessee, the Haiti thing that just happened, stuff to just help people. Thing specific that I want to actually pinpoint on right now, but definitely on that road. It definitely sounds positive, man. Everybody kind of has to take a chance to get back. Jason, man, I appreciate your time. It's love, man. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Thank you, Seth.
Yeah, you're welcome, dog. Really want to thank you for howling at me, giving me the opportunity to talk to people. You're the bomb.